Movies! So on the polar opposite of that spectrum of non-catharsis, anti-catharsis, I don't know if there's a word that means something like that, untapped potential, Lord of the Rings. So my wife and I, almost in the same way that I love watching Christmas movies every year, we love the original Lord of the Rings trilogy. Not the Hobbit movies, the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, and every year we rewatch it and love it. And typically we actually try to like build it all into a single day, but this year, of course, because of him, it's a little bit more fragmented. So the weekend we watched the entire extended edition. We only watched the extended editions of The Fellowship of the Ring, and then last night we watched the first half of The Two Towers. By the way, it's so weird that on the Blu-rays they still divided everything between two discs when I know that on a 60 gigabyte Blu-ray or whatever you could absolutely fit the entire movie in Super HD with total surround sound on one Blu-ray. But anyway, I just want to say, similar to the early MGS games and everything, like, the replay value of these movies is so good. And unfortunately, like, watching the Lord of the Rings movies every year and being more and more impressed by what they accomplish narratively, visually, you know, computer graphically with Gollum, yeah, from a technical perspective, from a storytelling perspective, costumes, acting, writing, all of that is so pitch perfect to me. And yeah, it just highlights for me all the problems with The Hobbit, which is really unfortunate. But there's so many, and I hate to boil it down to this, but like, if something is making me weep as a guy who has seen or experienced something in a game or a movie multiple times, then it's doing something right. The Metal Gear Solid games 1 through 4, even Peace Walker, all have moments that will get me caught up in the moment and make me cry every time. Same thing with Lord of the Rings. I mean, in the first movie, Gandalf dying, everyone experiencing and dealing with that afterwards, Boromir dying, just like incredibly powerful pitch-perfect moments, and then the loneliness and sadness of like Frodo and Sam, like, you know, rowing out together, and like the fellowship is broken and they have to take this on themselves, and that sense of like impending danger and what lies ahead and what are they going to do is so palpable and it feels so real, and the music is incredible, and you feel the loneliness and the weight of that journey. And even knowing where it's all going to go, like, oh god, it gets me every time. In The Two Towers, I love the opening, by the way. Such a cool idea to come in and give us the whole Gandalf thing from his perspective. I mean, and that's a scene that could have come off as really cheesy or dumb or unbelievable in the wrong hands. I think it's fantastic. I think it's perfect. You totally believe this old wizard falling down, you know, a nearly bottomless pit can have this epic sword battle with this, you know, fire demon. So cool. Everything with Gollum is absolutely incredible. Amazing acting by Andy Serkis, incredible animating by Ueda. Truly an incredible accomplishment there. Like, that is to modern CG what Jurassic, well, I don't know what the comparison is, but the way Jurassic Park still holds up in many ways with CG and had this incredible balance of practical effects and CG, like Gollum, really well done. And I know they had to balance, you know, some of it is rotoscoped, some of it is motion captured, some of it was live action plates of Andy Serkis where they just do the animating right on top of it and that kind of stuff. Like, I guess some of that's rotoscope. But anyway, all I want to say is I love the Lord of the Rings movies so much. 5 stars, everyone. 5 stars. And I know they're not for everyone, but they are for me, and luckily for my wife, because Lord knows that would not be good if every year I wanted to spend 15 hours watching a movie series that she had no interest in. So I'm glad that we can constantly bond over that every year and just talk about the artistry of what goes into those movies. So yeah, everyone, those movies are great. I will say, because I haven't watched Return of the King yet, there are sequences of that do, to me, seem like it's starting to foretell what's going to happen with The Hobbit, you know, an over-reliance on CG, a few too many scenes, trouble saying things concisely. But all that being said, I mean, for God's sakes, when Aragorn tells, you know, the hobbits not to kneel and everyone on the top of Minas Tirith kneels for them, that's awesome. I love that. I just wish The Hobbit had some more awesome scenes. Looking forward to some of the fan cuts being made. I was going to make my own fan cut, got through like doing something with the first movie, didn't quite get there, but I think there's one in particular coming out that I'll review and I'll talk about before the end of the year, and I think this could be the one. Like 4 hours The Hobbit, taking everything from the extended editions and everything, and it's going to be good. And by the way, I'm totally going to buy the full box set of The Hobbit when it comes out, if for no other reason for the appendices, because again, I love the whole movie making process. Enough of that. Hobbit is 2 stars with a confidence of 4. All of those movies, and all the Lord of the Rings movies, 5 stars with a confidence of 5. Moving on.